My name is Frank de Winne. I'm an astronaut from the European Space Agency, and currently I'm here the head of the European Astronaut Center in Cologne. I became an astronaut because I always wanted to combine operational work and scientific engineering work. It's something that I have done my entire career. I always was longing for this, to fly, but also to do engineering, to do science, to do new discoveries. And this was for me an ideal combination: to be an astronaut, to fly, but still work with the scientists and bring something to humanity. Space exploration is very important because it gives us a perspective to the future. We have seen from the past in history that countries, societies that stopped exploring, stopped progressing. So if we want to continue to progress in Europe, we need to explore. We need to go beyond the boundaries of what we know today. And one of those boundaries, of course, is space. So we have to go beyond low Earth orbit, where we are flying today. We need to go back to the moon. We need to go to Mars. We need to expand our horizons. And every time that we have done this as humankind, we have seen that it has brought enormous benefits. Education is one of the most important aspects that you need to have if you want to work in the space industry. It's clear that we are working on the high end of technology, that we work on the high end of science. We are very professional people in our entire organization. So education is really one of the main aspects that is linked to space. Education from the young people on, to make them enthusiastic about science, technology, engineering and math, because this is of course the basis, but then later on they need to have an undergraduate or a graduate or a master's degree in space engineering. These are the people that we need to bring space forward in Europe. If you're 16 years old and you want to build a future life, a future career, if you want to be good, if you want to be happy, you need to make a choice what you like. So what would you like to do in the space industries? You wouldn't like to become a thermal engineer, an electrical engineer? Do you want to go into space law? Do you want to go into communications? Then once you have made your choice and you know exactly what you want, then of course you need to look for the right university, the right education. And you also need to be willing to travel outside your own atmosphere. If you're linked to a small country, for example, most likely you will need to travel to other places, go study abroad, to widen your horizon, because again, space is about widening our horizon. And also in space industries we need to have engineers who have a broad knowledge of what is available in Europe. What I'm looking most forward to is of course one of our goals in space exploration for this century. It's to have a woman or a man on Mars. This will be the ultimate goal for this century. Will I still see it in my lifetime? I don't know, because there are a lot of challenges that today we still have to overcome, but there are a number of steps that we can take on the way. And the first step of course would be to bring the spacefaring nations from around the globe together and to go back to the moon, not as a race this time, but together in a cooperative program to see what we can learn on moon exploration and explore the moon again as a society. And of course Europe needs to play a role in that. We need to bring our European values towards this space exploration. And if one of my younger astronauts could be walking on the moon and I could still see it, I would be very happy.